Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Santos, this is Ortiz Farm, and today I'm going to show you the Duramax 13,000 generator that we purchased. The reason why we purchased this generator is because we live in a rural area and our power grid is not that stable. Probably in the last 6 months we've had a few power outages ranging from 30 minutes to 6 hours, and that's unacceptable. So I work from home, we have our well pump, and we have the animals, and we need running water, we need electricity, etc. So we bought the Duramax dual fuel 13,000 DX. This generator has several outputs, starting with the 50 amp plug, 240, 50 amp, right? Then we have a 120, 240, 30 amp connection. And then we have our 120, 30 amp connection here, 3-prong, 4-prong. Obviously this can do 240, it's self-explanatory, right? And then we have quad 120 volt, 20 amp GFCI breakers plugs here. So right here it shows you propane 12,350, peak running 99.75, obviously gasoline a little higher, 13,000 and 10,500 running watts. Here's our selector here, so I'll put this back on storage. That's where it should be. I was running gasoline the other day, testing it out. Here's our inlet for the propane. I will be purchasing twin 100-gallon tanks for propane. I looked at the 250 gallon, but it's very expensive. And then this is also electric push button start, very nice, starts up very easy. We'll demonstrate that now. May get a little loud. Idle controls off. We have the multimeter, and then start it with the breaker off, the AC breaker. Okay, here we go. Just push it in once. Okay, maybe I lied. We're gonna hold it. And our fuel is off. Sorry about that, guys. Fuel needs to be on. Okay, that's the fuel over there. We're gonna try this one more time. Is the battery dead? All right, technical glitch on my side, guys. Remember, I just turned it to storage, so it wouldn't start. I just tried to pull start it as well off camera, and I was wondering what happened. So this is on. I just did that because it was supposed to be in storage. Let's try this again. There we go. So, single push in to start it. To stop, you need to hold it in just a few seconds. So that thing started up. I haven't started this in probably 5 days since I purchased it and set it up. Filled it with synthetic, 40 ounces of oil, 40 ounces, 40.5 ounces of oil. I did full synthetic. I'll run this for about 8 hours until the oil, do an oil change. Just make sure get anything that's left over from initial break-in. Was 2 hours from the manufacturer. So they did a 2-hour break-in just to make sure it runs and fires up. All the panels, everything works here. So we have a volt, hertz, and hour little display here. Very cool. It's nice to know your volts, your hertz, and obviously your hours, right? So that's a good feature to have, right? So I'm gonna put this back to storage. So that's why it didn't start. So if you don't see this light up at all with the battery on, check this. Don't be like me, guys. All right. So also over here is our fuel valve shut off. So I usually turn that off, then shut the generator off to let all the fuel run out of there. And then you have your little choke over here. But since this has the electric start, it looks like it has electric choke as well. I can see it right back here. So that's good. Air filter. And it says right there, clean air filter after every 50 hours of use. Every 10 hours is unusually dusty conditions. So depends on your dust. And then that's just the back side of the motor. So just a few more things I wanted to show you guys. So this generator actually came with propane regulator and a connection, so you can plug it into the inlet here, take a propane tank, screw this on, and you'll be ready to go with propane. I have twin 30-gallon tanks on my camper. I plan to purchase 2 100-gallon tanks, and I'll store those over by the power pole. That's where I plan to put the generator. I'm going to build a nice little pad, put that there, build like a little cover kind of going over it to protect it from the rain. So that's a nice little thing that it came with. Didn't have to buy that. Obviously, if you want it longer, you'd have to make it if you had like a 200 to 500-gallon tank somewhere and you wanted a long run. So anyhow, it also came with some other adapters, so you can build your own 30 amp 3-prong, another 120, 240, 30 amp 4-prong, and then 2 120 standards, so you can do that as well. So I just wanted to show you guys this generator, and we were thinking about going with like some battery solution. The problem with that, yeah, it can run the house probably, you know, obviously it depends on how many batteries, but for the cost, if I wanted to power this house for 2 or 3 days, I don't know how $6,000-7,000 will do the trick. And then after that, if the power hasn't restored itself, I would need a generator to, you know, charge the batteries anyhow, unless I did solar system. But now you're talking about thousands of dollars. So this was, for me, the cheapest route to go. This generator was on sale recently from Generator Factory. I'll put a link in the description below for that, and I'll put it for the other attachments or other pieces I needed for this. I needed a 50 amp cord from the generator to the panel box out here on the pole. I bought the interlock that goes between the breakers, so the generator breaker and the main power, so that prevents you from backfeeding with the main on. And if you do that, you'll backfeed the line and you could injure someone who's doing work on your line. So, and vice versa, if I turn the main on and have the generator on, I can blow something up. So the interlock's important. You have to do it the right way. Don't just backfeed into a dryer outlet and then try to figure out which breakers to turn off. To me, it's unsafe, but you check with your electrician and your local county in order to figure out how you're going to feed power to your house and when you have an outage. So got some breakers. I have the interlock, the 15-foot cable, and then the inlet that goes on the pole for the generator to plug in. So this is what we went with. This was, like I said, it was only $14.99. So we went with this for $1,400 here, maybe another $200-300 for the other accessories I'm going to need to plug it into my electrical panel, and we're going to be able to power the house. The propane tanks, they're expensive too, so you know, I'm looking at just under $2,300 for this whole little project here. $2,300, it's not bad, and this thing can run several hours. It has an 8.3 gallon gas tank. It could run, I don't know, 9-10 hours possibly. I'll let you guys know in a future video if I have to use it and run it on the house. Yeah, I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna plug it in. I'm gonna run the house off the generator, but I'm not gonna waste 8 gallons of fuel just to get a demo. I'll do it in a live situation where we lose power. I'm gonna put it on. I'll fill her up with some gasoline. Unless I have my propane tanks, I'll use propane, and then I give you guys the outcome of that. So, anyways, this is just a nice short little video. I wanted to show you guys what we're doing here on the farm to keep power here. When you're in a rural area, you have to think about these things. It's very important. In the future, I'd like to maybe get some panels, solar panels, and do a battery backup system. But for now, I went the cheapest route, that being a dual fuel generator, so I can have the propane and I'll have the gasoline. Anyways, thanks for stopping in. I'll talk to you later.